Boa noite. Então, quando lá forem, vocês vão perceber. O calor é um calor diferente. Ou o frio. O frio faz tremer de um modo completamente diferente. A luz. A luz, a luz. Como é que se pode explicar aquela luz? É uma luz diferente. As pessoas fazem as coisas de uma maneira diferente, têm uma atitude diferente em relação à vida. É verdadeiramente refrescante.
Smart, but not perfect.
Alex, estás morto. So you should cry for me then.
Desculpa?
You should cry for me. If I'm dead, I'd like to be missed. I'd like to be mourned. You know, at my funeral. You should mourn me at my funeral. I'd like a big funeral, actually, with a lot of people there, looking back on my life, thinking about what a fantastic life it was and what a shame it's finished. And then after the funeral, all of those people would be able to look back on the funeral itself and think about just how many people there were there and how upset they all were at my passing. So I'd like weeping and wailing.
Boa sorte.
I'll pay you. Chris, could you play something Brazilian?
I could probably manage something, well, kind of Spanish.
That'll do. Right, George, I've got pounds, I've got rupees, and I've got euros. Okay, so if you could just, right from the beginning, kind of introduce this sort of low level of wailing and sobbing underneath everything, and then that will tell the people who were really there to mourn me that it's all right to let go of it's all right to cry for me. Okay, if I pay a bit more, can we personalise it a bit? Okay, this is good. So now we're getting going. Let's have a bit of
Je m'appelle Natasha.
No Irão é crime ter sexo fora do casamento, mas é possível casar-nos legalmente, oficialmente, por um período de tempo, digamos, reduzido, normalmente por 24 horas ou mesmo uma semana. E isto é fantástico, porque permite-nos que tenhamos sexo com quem quisermos, sem nos metermos em sarilhos.
This doesn't work if you're gay, though, unfortunately. In Iran, in fact in a lot of places, if you're gay and you tried this, what would happen is you'd be arrested and then you'd be taken to a public place, usually a square, and there'd be one of those trucks, you know, the ones that with the arm on the back, where you could tow a car with it, and they'd put a rope around the arm, then one around your neck, and then they'd kick you off the back of the truck and your neck would break. Or actually, more usually, you'd asphyxiate, which is slower. It's not all bad news, though, because people would film that on their mobile phones and they put the footage on the internet.
My name is Kim. I'm 41 years old. You're my wife.
My name is Anna and I'm 26.
Our little girl, she's called...
She is called Aisha.
Aisha. She's just 3 months old.
And we are just so incredibly proud of her.
Every day with her is like a whole new adventure.
And she's so good.
She never cries.
She always slips through.
It's such a joy watching her learn and pick up experience.
We feed her, or rather,
We just direct her towards food and she feeds herself, which for a 3-month-old is amazing.
She is incredibly emotionally responsive.
She takes such pleasure in things. And seeing her take pleasure in things...
Well, that just brings us closer together. And she can walk already.
She can run, in fact.
It's so wonderful to see her running through the forests and climbing up the waterfalls.
And we think in 2 or 3 weeks, when she's got some more experience points, she's going to be ready to start flying.
We are going to teach her.
It's going to make it so much easier getting from one place to another.
And then we are going to upgrade her armor.
And increase her magical powers.
Like healing and talking to animals and self-defense.
Self-defense, because it's important that our little girl can protect herself, but we don't want her to be violent, do we?
Even a world as wonderful as the one she lives in can be dangerous sometimes.
We're looking forward to watching her grow and learn, and we hope she never stops doing that, and we hope she never stops loving us. Go on, you can say it.
I never thought I would love anyone so much as I love her.
We love her so much we're saving our money.
Which is hard because with Aisha it's difficult for us to work at the moment. We have been spending every minute we can with her because it makes us feel so alive to watch her grow.
To go along with her.
On her adventures.
We're saving our money to buy a computer.
One that will be ours for the apartment.
Then we can be with her 24 hours a day.
Instead of having to leave her alone overnight.
It breaks our heart to leave her alone overnight, but we have to because the internet cafe closes.
That's our goal, currently, as a couple.
We don't want anything to get in the way of that.
So, we were surprised.
We were surprised when they told us about the other baby.
But we didn't know anything about it.
Which was strange because they said it had been living in our apartment.
But neither of us can remember seeing it before.
Was it a boy or a girl?
I think it was a little girl.
Just a few months old, they said.
But we never heard it.
We never heard it cry or anything.
You would have thought a baby that age would have cried.
It must have been really thin.
Poor thing must have been really hungry.
When we heard about it, it just made us relieved we'd be looking after Aisha properly.
Some people just don't deserve to have children.
It's not our fault, of course, but we don't get to spend as much time with Aisha these days.
Not nearly as much as we would want to.
It's difficult when you're moving from place to place.
We didn't know what to do.
When they came to take the baby that someone had left in our apartment to take her to the hospital where she died, they told us they would have to ask us some questions.
Yeah, but we thought that would take up too much time. Time that we could be spending with our daughter.
We thought it would be best if we went somewhere else, if we just moved around for a little while. There are internet cafes everywhere.
We just want to be with our little girl.
In South Korea, there's a belief that if you physically alter the lines on the palm of your hand, you actually alter your future. And there are plastic surgeons willing to do this for money. Young Korean people get their palms read, and they compare the predictions they get against the future love lives or careers they want for themselves, and then they have the lines on their palms lengthened or straightened or widened with scalpels. And in North Korea, there are only 5 state-approved haircuts for men. And if you deviate too much from these haircuts, you can be named and shamed on national TV in a programme called Let's All Trim Our Hair for the Glory of the Socialist Revolution.
Já devem ter reparado que o Chris está a tocar. É uma espécie de... Bom, eu sei que é uma música um bocado chata, mas está a criar ambiente. É a nossa música de massacre. Muito bem, basicamente temos de escolher algo substancial e um único acidente que sirva para representar os piores incidentes da natureza humana. Como tal, achámos que seria justo estabelecer um número mínimo para as pessoas mortas e também um limite máximo. Estávamos a pensar como limite mínimo não menos do que 50 pessoas, vá lá, e como limite máximo não mais do que 1000. Agora, 1000 pessoas pode parecer um limite máximo um pouco estranho, mas é aqui que entra a nossa definição de massacre. De certa forma é útil que possamos escolher os nossos próprios parâmetros. Obviamente podia argumentar-se que as purgas stalinistas ou o Holocausto foram massacres, e certamente incluíram massacres, acidentes específicos em que muitas pessoas morreram ao mesmo tempo, mas ocorreram, tal como a maior parte das mortes em massa, ao longo de um período de tempo demasiado extenso. O massacre que nós queremos tem de ser algo isolado, não pode fazer parte de um contexto mais alargado. Obviamente todos os massacres o fazem, até certo ponto. Srebrenica, por exemplo, faz parte da Guerra da Bósnia, mas tem a sua própria identidade enquanto massacre. Mesmo aqueles que nada sabem sobre a Guerra da Bósnia já ouviram falar sobre ele, ainda que não saibam muito bem quem é que estava a matar quem. Srebrenica é um bom candidato para o nosso massacre, mas quando olhamos para ele com mais atenção, há algo estranhamente alargado na sua duração. Srebrenica começou lentamente, atingiu um pico passado um dia ou dois e foi definhando à medida que homens e rapazes muçulmanos foram sendo varridos ao longo dos dias seguintes. Srebrenica tem o perfil, mas os seus limites não estão bem definidos. O massacre que nós queremos tem de ter acontecido num único dia, numa única noite no máximo, terminado ao nascer do sol. Melhor ainda, numa única manhã. O problema é que também precisa de ser não icónico, pelo que queremos dizer não histórico. Massacres que são lembrados, pelo menos aqui para nós, pelo seu impacto político ou pelo estatuto heroico daqueles que foram massacrados não servem. Não servem porque nós não pensamos nos mortos e no horror e na eliminação dos corpos, mas sim no seu efeito no sistema eleitoral. Como em Peterborough, em Manchester. E de qualquer forma, em Peterborough morreram menos de 20 pessoas, porque também não serve. Muito bem, é provavelmente melhor que a maior parte das pessoas, se não todas, tenha sido morta a tiro. Mortas com balas disparadas por armas. E, idealmente, por pessoas em uniforme. Exatamente, um massacre em que aqueles que estivessem a disparar estivessem de uniforme e aqueles que estivessem a ser baleados não. Isso parece-me justo, parece estabelecer uma clara demarcação moral, não tem aquele tipo de ambiguidade. Estas coisas acontecem numa guerra em que um bando de soldados desarmados é metralhado pelo outro lado. E não é do tipo, faça você mesmo, em que 10 mil pessoas são arrebanhadas para dentro de uma catedral e desmembradas à machadada, o que provavelmente já aconteceu há muito tempo e, portanto, o horror desvaneceu, ou muito recentemente em África, pelo que é menos provável que queiramos saber. E também, um massacre levado a cabo com instrumentos agrícolas, pensamos sempre algo do género. Mas, e porquê é que eles não fugiram? E isso só nos distrai do essencial. E por fim, estávamos a pensar que seria bom ter uma canção temática para o nosso massacre. Porque isto que o Chris está aqui a tocar tão empenhadamente, é um pouco dramático demais, é um pouco presunçoso, é mesmo um pouco merdoso.
So, the Santa Cruz massacre, which we've chosen to be our massacre, took place in Dili. Dili is obviously now the capital of independent East Timor, but in 1991, when the massacre took place, it was still part of Indonesia. It took place in the Santa Cruz churchyard, probably conveniently for the people who had to clear up afterwards. And an interesting thing about the massacre is the guy who ordered it, General Wiranto of the Indonesian army, wasn't actually there while his troops were slaughtering the unarmed independence protesters. In fact, while the massacre was taking place, General Wiranto was filmed in Jakarta in his local karaoke bar, where he was singing.
Feelings, nothing more than feelings, trying to forget my feelings of love. Teardrops rolling down my face, trying to forget my feelings of love. Feelings for my life girl. You'll never come again. Feelings, whoa, feelings, whoa, feelings. Again in my arms.
Feelings, feelings like I've never lost you. Feelings like I've never had you.
Again in my heart. Feelings for my life, I'll feel it. I wish I'd never met you, girl. You'll never